Nigeria don't reach agreements with the Israel because of wetin they go on, the war wey they go on, and the division wey be say US wan divide Nigeria to make sure say Biafra go their own, Yoruba go their own, Hausa go their own. So the thing don dey cause issues. So Nigeria don't reach agreements with the Israel. I go wan make you pay attention. Watch this video from the start to the end, then share this video to everyone on every social media platform so that they go understand wetin dey go on for our country, Nigeria, and so that they go draw their way and their lot of wetin wan happen. So share this video. This is important. In fact, the ending side is most important. You need to pay attention from the starting to the end so that you go understand every single thing where they go on for our country, Nigeria. Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates, and don't forget to share to everyone. I no go just talk much. I go allow you, make you watch them, listen to yourself wetin they go on for our country, Nigeria. Share this video right now so that you no go forget. Thank you.
Despite the ongoing crisis in the Middle East, the Nigerian government has gone ahead to sign a bilateral agreement with the Israeli government. Yes, you heard me right. Nigeria don't go sign agreement with Israel. Oh yes. And this has sparked a lot of reactions. Some people are asking, why? Nigerian government, what is happening? Why is it that in the recent days you have been going from one country to the other, signing agreements? And so people have been asking, if you remember that just about 2 months ago, the Nigerian government was in Turkey and there they signed an agreement. Nigerian government has also been to United Arab Emirates and there they signed an agreement. Nigerian government has also been to France and there, of course, France is their home. They can go to France anyhow. So they signed an agreement in France also. And so many other countries they have been and have signed an agreement. And today it is with Israel. Now, we are going to get down to the news to see what is in this agreement and why they signed this agreement. Despite, the crisis going on in the Middle East, despite the war, you can call it, that Israel is fighting now, Nigerian government still went ahead to sign an agreement. Please, I beg you to stay with me because as I always tell you, at this point, you don't need somebody to tell you what is happening. You yourself need to know what is happening. And that is why I always say, if this is your first time coming across my video on my channel, please do well to subscribe because on this channel, I get information of everything that is happening in Nigeria and beyond Nigeria, right? So let's get down to the news. According to the news, it says, let me zoom it. It says, surprises as Nigeria expands bilateral engagement with Israel amidst allegations of global disburses against Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is the capital city of Israel. So this news is saying that despite everything that is happening, the Nigerian government went to sign this bilateral agreement with Israel. So let's get down to the news and see what is written in the agreement, whether if it is the one that will favor us or the one that will not favor us. Please stay with me. It says, despite globally acknowledged allegations that Israel, backed by United States of America, being the cause of global conflicts, especially in the Middle East, the Tinubu's government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has gone ahead to expand engagement with the Benjamin Netanyahu-led country across what Abuja calls security and key sectors. So they are saying that despite, I don't know who wrote this news, but they are accusing Israel of, causing the conflict in the Middle East. So they say despite the conflict that Israel is fighting, the war that Israel is fighting, that the Tinubu's government still went ahead to sign an agreement with this country. Of course, according to them, they call it that the main reason of signing this agreement is for security and key sectors. That is their major reason for signing this agreement. Okay, let's go. The administration of President Bola Tinubu confirmed the expansion of bilateral engagement with the government of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, citing cooperation in security, healthcare, technology, and economic development as key priorities. So they said that, come on, why we went into this agreement, agreement is that we have to sign, or they discuss rather, about security, about healthcare, about technology, and about economic development, that was their priority in that, agreement. He went further to say the renewed commitment was reiterated on Monday, March 2nd, 2026, during a courtesy visit by Israel ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman to Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. So, the Israel ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, visited, the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. So let's get down and see what is written in this agreement. Please, I beg you to stay with me. It says, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegwu Ojukwu, said discussions cover defense and intelligence cooperation, economic partnership, consular matters, religious tourism, and broader bilateral and multilateral relations, right? Of course, we know that the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs is Bianca Ojukwu. Of course, I'm very sure most of you know about that. All right, so we went further to say, according to a statement issued by her special assistant on communication and new media, Magnus Eze, both sides emphasized the need to strengthen institutional frameworks, including operationalizing the Nigerian and Israel Joint Commission. All right, so both of them agreed to one. Security cooperation featured prominently in the talks. Nigerian officials indicated interest in leveraging Israel's expertise in broader security management as the country intensifies efforts to address insurgency, terrorism, and cross-border crimes. All right. Both parties described terrorism and insecurity as global challenges requiring coordinated international response. Right. So basically, their talk or this agreement was all about security, healthcare. In fact, from what we've read so far, it's all about security. Right. So let's look at the next one before we quickly give you the video. Israel also pledged to donate approximately 60 fully equipped ambulances to support Nigeria's emergency response infrastructure. Odumegwu Ojukwu described the gesture as timely, noting the country's need to strengthen first responder systems and emergency medical service. So, during the talk, the Israel ambassador to Nigeria said, don't worry, we are going to give you 60 fully equipped ambulances. I thought they are talking about security. I thought they would say they would send Israel armed forces to Nigeria. But then the person, Michael Freeman, said that don't worry, we are going to give you 60 fully equipped ambulances to support Nigeria's emergency response, right? Which is a good one. Bianca Ojukwu said, okay, it's a nice one. And she said that it's going to strengthen first responder system and emergency medical services. Okay, it's fine. The renewed engagement follows a political dialogue held in Abuja on August 11, 2025 between Odumegwu Ojukwu and Israel Deputy Foreign Minister Sharon Heske. The meeting focused on counter-terrorism cooperation, intelligence sharing, surveillance financing, and security training. All right? Nigeria's outreach to Israel comes as Abuja broadens its security partnership with other countries, including the United States and Turkey, as part of a wide strategy to modernize defense capabilities and diversify international cooperation. All right, so as I told you earlier, that of course, Nigeria has signed agreement with Turkey. Of course, on security issues, Nigeria has signed, an agreement with Turkey, and in this case with also United States of America. And that is why, as I speak to you now, US Army are in Nigeria. So we go further. I think this is the last one. It says, observers say Nigeria's expansion network of security agreement reflects both the urgency of its domestic security challenges and a pragmatic approach to foreign policy. They note, however, that the long-term impact of such partnership will depend on effective implementation, institutional reforms, and sustained coordination among stakeholders. All right? The minister also welcomed Israel's pledge to donate about 60 fully equipped ambulances, describing the gesture as timely, given Nigerians' emergency response challenges. All right? These kinds of initiatives are very significant because we have challenges regarding first responders. For me, this is just the beginning of integrating an ambulance culture in Nigeria, she said. All right, so this is where the news ends. But then, I'm going to allow you to watch a very interesting video now.
Nigeria and Israel have reaffirmed their commitment towards deepening bilateral and multilateral ties. Both countries pledged to strengthen collaboration in security, counterterrorism, agriculture, technology, and other areas. We have more in this report.
From having a closed-door meeting to exchanging souvenirs representing both Nigeria and Israel's respective heritage, these countries displayed their shared commitment towards achieving their set goals. The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs stressed the need for a unified response to terrorism, stronger multilateral collaboration, and fresh platforms for trade and investment between two countries.
It is our firm belief that the scourge of terrorism, whether perpetrated by Iran-backed proxies, Hamas, or Hezbollah, demands a unified response. The Sahel's instability and Iran's proxy networks demand no less than a comprehensive security architecture.
Speaking on the importance of tourism to both countries, the Israeli Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs explained it will not only create a new path for interaction, but enhance a faith-based one.
I think that can establish a very, very important channel between the people-to-people relationship, the government-to-government relationship, but most of all, it can create a faith-based diplomacy as well. As pilgrims will be able to come, hopefully, at the end of the War of Sudan, they'll be able to fly directly to the Holy Land and share the site, the history, and the land of the Bible.
While speaking on their earlier meeting, the Nigerian and Israeli co-chairs highlighted the impact of the Sahel on their direct access and highlighted the need to build deeper relationships.
Important issues where bilateral, multilateral, and most especially discussing the Sahel as it affects Nigeria, and also we looked at areas of key benefits to both countries.
We emphasized the importance of a ongoing high-level contact between our countries, be it through phone calls, visits, meetings, both in Nigeria and Israel.
With both countries agreeing not to wait another 3 years before their next dialogue, both countries say they are determined to turn these discussions into concrete actions.
As you can see, Israel said they don't promise Nigeria 60 equipped ambulances van. Imagine a country as powerful as Israel. They give Nigeria, the most populous black nation in the African continent, 60 ambulance van. Only 60. If Israel wants to assist Nigeria in any way, shape, or form, they want to donate vans for this kind of project. It go past 60 numbers. At least we will see now 1,000 pieces of vans. For Israel to donate 60, it shows say, wait, did they try have a bilateral relationship between these two countries? Is a factional conversation. Hope you are paying attention. It's a factional conversation. From all understanding, these guys are trying to have conversations with the federal government of Nigeria to see reasons why they need to strengthen its bilateral relationship by granting a release of one of their presidents, one of their own Judeo-Christian fellow, who is in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for what Israel don't do, they don't donate 60 ambulances to Nigeria as part of a measure to level the ground for understanding. If me and you get conflicting interests, if I want to convince you to buy into my idea, I will give you something. Say, take this thing on. We want to donate them to your country or to your interest, but I beg, make me and you understand and come to a resolution regarding a particular matter. Now, what did they happen for you? We some of them no go fully understand. Why do you think a country of as big as Israel will give Nigeria only 60 ambulance van? It never happened before. It never happened before. If you want, I will show you countries of the world we don't donate stuffs to Nigeria. Vehicular stuffs like vans and all. 60 is the least, is the smallest number we don't donate so far. Meaning say, these guys are doing it not for the relationship between Nigeria and Israel. They do them to come to a safe and landing ground for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This visit, before I forget, I think it happened, I'm trying to get the full date so that we're on the same page. This visit happened on the 27th of February, which is about 6 days ago. It happened 6 days ago. And you know, say, when the Israeli parliament spoke about the Biafran people happened about 8 days ago. So 2 days after the Israeli parliament spoke of the Igbo and Biafra, then this Israeli, the ambassador of Israel to Nigeria, traveled and came to the country to meet with Bianca Ojukwu. He no go meet with somebody else. So he chose somebody that he can trust. He chose someone that understands the plight of the Southeasterners, where they in Nigeria's government, we understand foreign affairs. This man, the ambassador, did not travel to meet Dave Umahi. He did not travel to meet Hope Uzodinma. He didn't travel to meet any Southeasterner. He chose Bianca because of her son name Ojukwu. That name Ojukwu stands for freedom, stands for liberation of the Igbo people. He met with this woman because she understands the plight of the Igbo people very well. And they don't converse. They don't hold massive levels of conversations. And 60 buses were donated to create a landing space for negotiations. So this one now, we see how big is this visit of the Israeli ambassador tonight. It's a very, very big and industrious one. First thing first, it shows say Israel did not just speak. Their parliament did not just speak. They spoke and they acted. They asked questions about Biafra. They debated about the Biafra movement. And they moved into works and actions immediately. This is different from speak and prolong a prolonged solution. They spoke and actions were taken immediately. Just 2 days apart. Make you for no say, Israel are actively now involved in the case of Mazi. This will go a long, long way. And this definitely will be a game changer. But interestingly, I want to show you something else, but I say make I leave them for our next video or our next coverage. Make you see, okay. Make you know, say, after the Israeli ambassador left Abuja, somebody else from the country of Qatar, came into Nigeria to meet with Bianca Ojukwu. I be one show now, but I said, we could leave them, we could no confuse now with conversations where they happen. We could don't mix up stories and they give you. But make you know, say, Nnamdi Kanu is saying freedom. Freedom, they come his way and they come in real speed. For those of you who are yet to fully understand how big is the case of Mazi and how the appeal court has no choice but to handle his case with attentiveness, this is just a sign. This is just a sign for an Israeli ambassador to come into Nigeria to see Bianca Ojukwu, to meet with her and donate stuffs to her, to the government. I mean, things are going to change drastically and dramatically. And I go urge you to make you day here. I want you to be here when things start changing. I don't want to make you miss when developments go come. I would want you to be around, and I would want you to stick around to find out. Things are going to get dramatic, very, very dramatic in the coming days. So what do you think of everything we've discussed so far? Do you think Israel will assist Mazi? Or do you think this is just a show of force? Or this is just a regular visit? Well, I go want to see your comments. I go want to see your views and how you take perceive them in the comment section. So go down there. Make you tell me how it be. Go down there. Tell me how you perceive them. Go down there and tell me every single thing we need to know at this particular point in time. But then moving on swiftly. The same way we say the Israeli ambassador don't enter Nigeria, and the same way we say something happened yesterday.
In a passionate address to the Knesset, an Israeli lawmaker drew stark parallels between the historical suffering of the Biafran people in Nigeria and the Jewish Holocaust, urging Israel's foreign ministry to elevate the issue on global platforms. The debate, centered on the southeastern Nigerian region historically known as Biafra, home to the Igbo ethnic group, highlighted ongoing allegations of persecution, displacement, and violence, while the government response emphasized diplomatic caution and respect for Nigerian sovereignty. The discussion was initiated by member of Knesset, MK Yaakov Margi, who proposed adding the topic to the parliamentary agenda. Recalling the Nigerian Civil War, 1967 to 1970, often referred to as the Biafran War, Margi described haunting images from the era that shook the world's conscience in the 1960s. He noted the international symbol of starvation embodied by children with swollen bellies due to kwashiorkor, a severe form of malnutrition caused by the blockade imposed by Nigerian forces. Despite global outrage, Margi lamented, the world continued to remain silent, and the siege continued until their surrender. Margi presented staggering figures to underscore the scale of the tragedy. An estimated 2.5 million Biafrans killed since the war's end, totaling around 6 million deaths over the decades. 6 million. A chilling, shocking number that reminds us of something of what we went through as Jews, he exclaimed, evoking the Holocaust's death toll. He argued that this number shakes the heart and the foundations, compelling a Jewish moral imperative to act. Turning to contemporary issues, Margi painted a dire picture of escalating threats in the region. He accused extremist Muslim groups from northern Nigeria.
From wetin dey go on, wetin you think about these agreements wey Nigeria don reach with Israel, and wetin I think about wetin dey go on for this war wey dey go on? Share your thought at the comment section. A lot is going on in this country, so may we just pray make the will of God be done, because if myself I don't even tire for wetin dey go on, and the reason why Tinubu just dey go up and down, dey sign agreement with all the whole country, and man, I don't know if I don't know wetin I go even talk. So drop your thoughts at the comment section. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to share to everyone so that they go drop their own contribution. In fact, me will just talk more on the comment section. I can't just say much again. Thank you, my lovely people.